Huh. I think I finally got it going on there. Hi guys, I'm just now coming on. I'm coming on at 11:30 on a Wednesday night for my Midnight Makes. My name is Alicia with Young 40 Mom Crafts. Welcome to my channel. If you're watching the replay, please let me know in the comments, hey, I'm watching the replay. I'm so glad you guys could join me. I'm using one of my handcrafted hooks. I'm using the paw print. If you're interested in something like this, I do have a video of what I have available. They're going fast. And they are adjustable for your hand, to fit your hand. I do the shovel method when I crochet. Some people do the pencil method. So thank you for the like. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. If you would, just leave me a comment. Let me know you're in there. And some of you are going to be lurking. That's fine. Last week, let me turn this music down. It's a little loud, or at least it's loud in my ear. Hi, Miss Sandra. How are you? Have you gotten your package yet? Sandra was the winner of my cross stitch giveaway for the month of October. This is what I started last week. It's going to be similar to this pattern that I am creating. This is the variegated yarn that I'm using for this pattern. Some of the stitches, the way the coloring is, the stitches look like they're poking out, but they're not. If you look at it this way, it's actually flat. But the way that the colors are and the splotches, it looks very different. So this is how that is, and it's called the moss stitch. It's where you do. Hi Dee Dee, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I plan on going for a couple hours tonight, if I have the stamina, I'm hoping. Moss stitch. So the moss stitch is where you do a single crochet. Thank you, I appreciate it. It's a pattern that I'm working on. It's going to be a top. What you do is you take the measurement around the thickness of your waist. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut that in half. And as far as inches go, and then you want to make your ribbing for the half. But I am actually making this. I'm not making this for myself. I'm going to make this for, it's going to be about a medium. So I did 68 rows of the. Hi, Denise. Shipped off your hooks today. I'm going to email you tomorrow with the tracking number. I'm working with my paw one. And this is I think this is a 4.5. I have to look. Is it on the other side? Yeah, I'm working with the 4.5 on this one. I do appreciate it. You guys made my day. I can pay my water bill this month now because I got 3 orders and you were one of them. Okay, so the moss stitch again. What it is single crochet, chain 1, single 1 crochet, chain 1. Boy, this camera picks up all my little doggy hairs. And then when you turn around, you work a single crochet in between the chain 1, and then you chain 1 and then single crochet, and that's how you create the moss stitch. And I love how this turns out. You're not going to do any more 6. I am going to do the 5.5s. I don't have any of the 6mm hooks. They are very difficult to work with. So if I get a notion, or if I get a better drill bit, I will do 6s, but I will let you know. But for right now, I will do the 5.5s because the drill bit that I have will work on it. It just takes me a while to get it ready, but I will do the 5.5s. It's just the 6mm. I don't have any 6mm hooks, and I accidentally ordered 7mm, and I cannot do a 7mm. It would distort the beads, and it would not look good. And I don't think it would be comfortable because I think it would be more compact. And I don't know if you can see the hole that I have to drill anyway for a bigger needle. And so, yeah, so that's why it's more fiddly with because you can see how it has to stretch and I have to make the holes bigger with the drill. So, but yeah, but I am gonna still work with the 5.5s. They're not as difficult to do, and just not the 6 millimeter though. All right, so with this top, I am working with ice yarn, and I think I took off all the bands. I don't think I have any of the bands in here, but this is what it looks like. And I'm using a 4.0 with this one. I'm doing a 4.0 with this one. But yeah, I like those colors. Those colors are really pretty, but this is how it's working up. And here's the other piece that's working up on it. And I thought I would work on this while I'm talking to you guys because I don't have to do any counting. I just have to measure it out, and I figure I won't get it all done. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes, I think it's turning out really nice. So this is a pattern that I'm creating, that I'm working on. I don't write crochet patterns, but I can do a tutorial if you guys are interested in doing something like this. I was going to do the same thing with this yarn. This is an ice yarn as well. It's a 4-weight, but it's kind of thin to me. So I think it's more like on the 3, a thicker 3 or a thinner 4. But can you guys tell me what color that is? I think it's, oh, I know what it is. It's called Jean Blue. I was trying to remember because I can't see the colors very well with because my eyes are so messed up. But I am seeing this as, it did say Jean Blue on the package, which is unusual because I got it as a sale yarn, and they don't normally tell you what the colors are. So what I'm doing with this one is going to be the same as that pattern that I created. I'm going to do a different stitch on this one. So I did the ribbing different. This one is going to be made for me. So I want to say I did 68 rows of, I want to say I did 68 chains. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 60. I did 62 plus 2. So I did 64 chains. And then I went in the third stitch from the end, and I did a row of double crochets all the way across. And then I chained 2, and then I did front post, back post, double crochets all the way across. I did 3 rows of that, and that's going to be my ribbing for the bottom of my top of my shirt. So it makes it more flexible. And I did a loose chain on this when I did this one. So right now what I did was a single crochet all the way across for this. So now that's where I'm at. If I can find, oh, it's the other end. So that's where I am with this now. And I went ahead and put a stitch marker in there so it wouldn't pull out. What are you guys working on right now? Are there any new exciting crochet trends out there? I'm just going to kind of hook this on the end over here so I don't lose it. I know a lot of you guys like to just listen and while you do your work, which is great. I so appreciate you being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And I love it. I love it when you guys say hi. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work the moss stitch, which is the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and it's going to be fiddly for me because I have to feel my stitches since my vision is so bad. And I just want to explain the reason why, and I'm going to go back and look at your comments here in a minute. The reason why I am filming this way for the live, those of you who know understand, but if you don't know, I am blind in one eye and I have low vision in my other eye. So therefore, I can only read the comments if the phone is like 2 inches away from my face. So I have a neck piece on that is allowing me to see your comments with some magnifying glasses on as well. And also it magnifies when I'm doing my stitching here. So the majority of my stitching is by feel. Okay, now I'm going to go back and see your comments. Let's see, Denise. Almost finished with the Halloween mosaic blanket cat. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. Am I going to be able to see that? Do you post on your channel? I haven't had a chance to go see. I'm going to. JP145 says, any tips for a newbie? Tips for a newbie, I recommend starting out with practicing your stitches and get your gauge in. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Practice with your gauges. I did a bunch of swatches, and there's tons of videos out there of people who have made tutorials on how to do each stitch. Like the chain stitch and the single crochet. If you can get your chain stitch and your single crochet down pat with your tension, that's going to make a huge difference. I like to hold my yarn like this. If I use a thinner yarn, because like I said, this feels more like a 3. Sometimes I'll loop it like this, and then that way it's a little bit better on the tension, but it's still loose in my hand. Yes, please, please, Denise, that would be awesome. I would love to see that. I bought a pattern. I can't remember the name of the company. It's called Mosaic something, and I bought a kitty cat pattern where it's intertwined. It's 2 shades of cats that are intertwined. It's not like a yin and a yang exactly, but it's not really a mosaic stitch. What do you call that? It's oh shoot, you could do mosaic, but I think it's the pattern says that you can do corner to corner. It gives you a pattern for the corner to corner. It gives you the instructions, rather. It gives you the instructions if you want to do the single crochet, or if you want to do the tapestry. It's like tapestry is what it is. See, that's where I've got the blind spot in the middle of my eye. I thought the L was a T. Working on a shawl, but it's in knitting. I also crochet cross stitch 2 mini crafting pieces. Oh, that's awesome, Dee Dee. Did you get in on the I've got a new cross stitch giveaway that I'm going to be doing really soon. I've tried knitting, and I got to feel my hook. It doesn't do well with me as far as knitting goes. I've knitted. Let's see, what did I do? I knitted a crop top, and I knitted a scarf. I'm trying to think of what else I have knitted in the past. Not much. I don't. And then now, especially now that my vision is so bad, I can't. I think it would take me forever, and I have way too many crochet pieces that I need to finish. But I keep starting new ones. Do you guys do that? Do you find that it's like, ooh, that's like I said when I was on Crystal's Live, when I come across something, I was like, oh, I see this yarn in my closet, because y'all know I have a big stash, and so I'll look and I'll go, I think I will go ahead and make this. Let's go ahead and get this started. Even though I've got, here, let me show you. Okay, so let me show you. All right, so up there, can you guys see that? I don't think it's, is it blurry? I think it's blurry. I don't think it's coming in clear. Well, what the heck is that on my nail? I think I have 1, 2, 3. I can't see 3 or 4 totes there that have projects in it. And then that one is a big project that I started. So I have all of those that I have to finish that I started, which is similar to what I'm doing now, which is working on this and this. And then I have some bottle holders that I have to put buttons on that are strapped that you put over your shoulder to hold your water bottles. I got to finish that. Those are just blankets. Don't look at those. And then over here, I have my body parts in both of those, which is my amigurumi pieces that I need to put together. I have a project in there I need to finish. I have a project in there I need to finish. And then I have a project down there that I need to finish. And then I need to hide the tails in that one. I have a project started there. See what I mean? It's just, I need to finish. So I figure I will get on here and go live with you guys. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I figure I will just be on here with you guys and finish or start. I know, right? It's like, oh, and I don't have ADD, but I tell you what, when it comes to crafting, I think I do. I really do, because like with my cross stitch projects, I showed you guys the last time I did a live, the 3 that I had that were huge. And then I found like 6 or 7 smaller cross stitch projects that I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish. I'm going to attempt, I've got a magnifying light that straps around my neck that I'm going to see if that will help with the vision issues on whether I'm going to be able to do my cross stitch again. And if I can't do the cross stitch again, that's where I saw that. Where did it go? I saw the little hair. I know I saw it. Where did it go? That's why I think they're little spiders on me. Are those little spiders, guys? I can't tell. I think they're spiders. I wanted to do something cute for Halloween. But anyway, so I'm going to attempt, and that's why I asked you guys if you would be interested when I did the last month or October's cross stitch giveaway, if you guys would be interested in maybe finishing some of the projects that I've started that I can't finish. Because if you would like to have those, I would give you all the supplies that go with it to finish it. If I find that I can't do it anymore, which breaks my heart because I have a lifetime supply of patterns. And when I started this YouTube channel, originally it was with cross stitch. And I created cross stitch patterns. Looks like eyeballs on the nails. Thank you. You think it looks like, well, it is eyeballs, but it's eyeballs on, I think they're spiders. I don't know. I know they're holding stars. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to be here for a couple of hours. Thank you for the thumbs up, the likes. I appreciate it. I like it. I have no problem with partial. Awesome. Well, Dee Dee, since you are a cross stitcher, you need to be looking for November's giveaway, because so far I've got 10 leaflet books that I'm going to be putting in the... Thank you. Thank you. I was trying to... Yeah, I had some Jack Skeleton from Nightmare Before Christmas that I was going to put on, but I thought, oh, these were okay. These are cute. Okay, you do see the spiders. All right. So, as I was saying, with the cross stitch for November's giveaway, I've already got 10 leaflets pulled out. So it's at least 20 projects, probably more than that, that's going to be in that giveaway. And then, of course, Sandra Johns, she was on here earlier. I don't know if Sandra's still with us, but Sandra won October's cross stitch giveaway, and she got a complete kit as well as mini patterns, and I sent some fabric and some thread. So, but yeah, so this is going to be a top, and I am making it, since I am no longer a 3X, 4X, I am just an XL. So I am going to be making this top in an XL. I think it's going to be really nice. It's going to be definitely more for winter than for summer, because, like I said, I have to feel to find out where my stitches are. So there we go, yeah. So I just want to let you guys know, those of you who know or don't know, I recently got approved for my disability due to my vision issues, and I got food stamps, and I officially got my email, my phone call, and a text message from the Tennessee Department of Human Services letting me know that we will not be getting our SNAP benefits for the month of November since the government is shut down. But I'm okay. I don't mind it, because the reason why is because they're trying to save our healthcare tax credits. So, because as of November 1st, we're going to have to pay double for our insurance if you're on the marketplace, which really sucks, but don't know what I'm going to do there, but it'll all work out. I have faith and I believe that it will be okay. Brian sees the spiders. They are suit sprites from Studio Ghibli Animation. Are they really? They're sprites? Oh, okay. Thank you. I didn't know what they were because I didn't see any legs. I just saw fuzzy things and eyeballs and little, I guess those are little arms holding the star. So they're little sprites. Suit sprites. Thank you. That is cool. Where's my hole? There's a hole. There's a hole. All right. So what I'm doing is I am doing a single crochet. You know what? I don't know if I want to do this stitch. Let's do a different stitch. Let's take this out. Because I'm doing the single crochet on this piece. I'm doing the moss stitch on here. So let's leave the moss stitch on here and let's do a different stitch on this one. What to do? So let me frog this. And those of you who don't know, if you are new to crochet, frogging means to rip it. Get it? Rip it, frog it, rip it, rip it. I'm ripping it out. So we frog it. I don't know if that's a term that's with crochet. I know it's definitely a term with us cross stitchers. When you rip it, you're frogging it. All right, so I'm going to take this just to the end because I did a row of single crochet here, so I'm going to leave that in. Let's do something different. You guys will not be seeing Ramsey tonight, but it's possible you will see kitty cats jumping up here to lay down here shortly. I don't know if any of them have already laid down for the night. Yeah, let's see. I think there's one right there. I think Midnight's laying there. They like to, yeah, nobody else yet. Boo Boo Kitty will be over here. Ellie Belly will be right in here somewhere, and Copper might be over there. And then, since I'm talking to you guys and they like attention, they're going to be coming up and getting in my face. That will be fun. All right, where are you at? That's the end. Here's the bottom. So, because this is a blank canvas, this is the bottom of the top, or rather the shirt that I'm making. We can do any stitch we want. We can do a various amount of stitches. And again, here is for those of you who haven't seen it yet, this is my custom made crochet hooks. I do have these for sale. There is a video. This one has it's not really a square piece on it. I don't have many with this on it. But I do have a video showing you what I have available. And they're going fast. We have sold 20 hooks in the past 2 weeks. So, yeah, get them while you can. All right, let's see. I did a V-stitch on my dress that I wear. And I need to write up a pattern for that one. So let's do the star stitch. Okay, so I got a chain one. Let's do a chain two. We're going to do half double crochet. I'm going to do half double crochet all the way across. Yeah, so let's do that. And then that'll be our foundation. So if you don't know how double crochet is, you've got a loop on your hook, wrap around, you put it in the top of your V of your stitch, wrap it, pull it through, wrap it, pull it through, all three. That's your half double. And this yarn wants to split, which is a pain in the butt, but anyway, and this is a 4.5 millimeter hook that I'm using. Yeah, let's do the star stitch. So I'm going to do a half double crochet all the way across first. Can you guys hear that? The music with the birds and everything in the background, is it too loud? Can you let me know? If it's too loud, I'll need to turn it down. But my mouth is right next to the microphone piece on my phone. I figured we'd have that instead of dead sound in the background. Now, when I get on TikTok and I go live on TikTok, because there's no like copyrights or anything like that, I usually have my tablet sitting here and I have like an episode of Dexter is what I usually am watching whenever, or I'm playing whenever I'm doing those. But it's called my YouTube channel. I mean, my TikTok that I have that I usually go live on is called Creative Sounds. So I don't do any talking. If I do any talking at all, it's whispering, and it's mostly just the little whatever movie or show that I've got going on. Thank you, Dee Dee. I appreciate your input. Yeah, I needed to know that. I wanted to play something to where they wouldn't kick me off. I did try, because I do have a channel called The Blind Stitcher, and it's an ASMR channel, and that's on YouTube, but I think I only have like maybe 92 subscribers. And so I don't get much traction there. So my main focus is on this channel. Of course, you guys know I do a lot of talking on here. I can talk about anything. And then when Summer's in here, she has to remind me to drink. So now I'm thinking about Summer, I need to take a drink. So let's take a drink. Tell me, have you guys, any of you ever done the star stitch? Are you familiar with it? Do you like it? Let me know if you're not familiar with the star stitch. You'll get a lesson on it tonight, I suppose. Denise, you don't know the star stitch? It's really pretty. It's actually, I think it's prettier when I'm doing it with a variegated. I think it's prettier when I do it with a variegated. Or if I'm going to switch out colors, I think it's really pretty. Confused after learning stitches. You get a little confused after learning stitches? I have my favorites. My favorites are the moss stitch, which is what I'm doing on that other top. The V stitch, which is what I made my dress out of, and then the star stitch. And the star stitch it's easy to do, but it's time consuming. I have to feel, where's my hole? There it is. I understand, because what I have to do sometimes, I'll write them down on how to do a certain stitch, and I will draw a graph of what the stitch is supposed to look like. And sometimes in my book, I will do a reference as to where I learned the stitch from. Because if you get on YouTube and you say how to, okay, so star stitch example. So if you do a search on YouTube and you say how to do the crochet star stitch, or how to how to crochet a star stitch, you will get many people coming up, and not everybody is good at explaining how to do it. And so I will, when I write down, when I've learned those stitch that I want to do, I will write it down. Like I said, I have a little like a notebook. I will draw what the pattern looks like, or what the stitch is supposed to look like, and then I will write down exactly how to do it, like how many stitches I need to have in order to do that particular stitch. Like right now with the star stitch, I start out with a half double crochet row, and that's how you start. But when I do it, you're going to see I think it's really pretty. So because of the vision issues, of course, I have to feel, and I feel this stitch was worked in. So now here is the next one. So that's what I have to do. I have to feel. And that's why you see me doing this a lot, because I have to feel where the hole is. And I'm really a fast stitcher. When I didn't have vision issues, I could just fly through, and I could create a top within 2 days. But sadly, it takes me a while now. But that's okay. As long as I can still do it. I still have the ability. It brings me joy. And then I love talking with you guys, and I'm glad you're here listening. And I get on here, and sometimes I really don't know what to say. So that's why I like to get you guys' input, because sometimes I can go in left field, and I can go for 20, 30 minutes on one topic. And then I find that I will switch to another topic, which I think that's where my ADD comes in. I'm not diagnosed. I'm self-diagnosed, I think, because I do try to come back to where I originally started when we started the conversation. Oh, all right. We had Brian in here, but Brian said he's having issues with his internet getting locked in. That was the issue I had last night. I tried to come on last night. I was on for, I think, maybe 5 minutes, and it didn't even show up on my live feed on my YouTube channel. Okay, so as I was saying, I have to come back to it. So I was with the blind stitcher. Like I said, I only have like 96 subscribers over there, but it's just an ASMR channel. So I tried to go live one time with a family show in the background. Let's see, is that my last stitch? No, I have 2 stitches there. And YouTube kicked me off. It would not let me play. So it's like, meh, okay. Now I do have, this is a stitch, but this was my chain 2, but it looks like this is where it's ending. If I don't put a stitch here, it's going to go like this. So I know that I need to do a half double crochet right here. Even though it doesn't look like I need to, you can tell by that. And that's how some people actually end up with some of their pieces being out of sorts. And see, now that looks more uniform, and that's the way it's supposed to be. All right. Now, I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to turn my work. And this is where I would normally go ahead and start my star stitch. But because it's on the end, I really don't want my star stitch to be there. I want it to be further into my piece. So I'm going to do another half double crochet in this stitch here. And then I'm going to start my star stitch here. Now, when you do the star stitch, when you do this stitch, let's see, I'm going to see if I can do it, with feel. I count. So I'm going to go in right here. Oh, let's see if it'll focus. Come on now, focus. I'm going to go into this loop on my half double crochet. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not focusing. Go in there. Okay, there we go. Come on. All right, I'm going to pick up a loop. So there's 2 on my hook. Then I'm going to go into the base of that stitch and I'm going to pull up a loop. Then I'm going to count over 1 and count over 2. And then I'm going to wrap it and I'm going to pull through all the loops and I'm going to chain 1. That's the bottom of my star stitch. You really can't see it very well right now. Let's see if it'll do it. Yeah, that's part of it. Let's see how it goes like that way. When we come back around the other way, we will complete it on the next row. So now that you have the first one done, you're going to go into where that chain one, where the hell did that pick? Where'd that come from? I do not want to crochet with that kitty hair or doggy hair. All right. So when we did the chain 1, we created that loop right there. So you've got a loop on your hook. You're going to put your needle in. Oh, I wish it would focus. You're going to put your needle in that. See, this is where vision. You're going to put your needle in that hole if it will focus on it. Maybe if I come up here. There we go. You're going to put it in the hole. Oh, shoot. Dang it. It wants to go on my dresser. Let me see if I tilt this down. Let me try this. Ah, that's better. Okay. All right. That's better. All right. So there's a hole there from where you did the chain 1. And you're going to go in that stitch. I'm telling you, this is really easy. For some reason, I'm having an issue. I think I did it too tight. Yep, I did. All right. But that's okay. I did do it too tight. Let's do it again. All right. So we're going to start over. Go in there. Go into the base. Go into the next stitch over. And the next stitch over. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on my hook. I'm going to pull through all 5. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go in the chain 1. There we go. I pull up a loop. I'm going to go into the bottom of that stitch and pull up a loop. I'm going to go into the base of that stitch and pull up a loop. And then I'm going to grab the next 2 stitches. And I should have 6 loops on my hook. Oops. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. And you'll have 6 loops on your hook from this point forward. Chain 1. Go in the loop you just created and pull up a loop. Then you're going to go in the side piece of that stitch and pull up a loop. You're going to go into the base and pull up a loop. And then you're going to go into the next 2 open stitches. There's 1 and 2. Wrap and loop and pull through all 6. Oops. Come on now. Work with me here. It's splitting. Ugh. There it goes. It went through that. All right. Go through all 6. Chain 1. So that is the base of your star stitch. And then once we go through and come back the other way, you're going to actually see the star stitch. And then you can do a single crochet in between your rows of star stitches, but I like to do a half double crochet. To me, it looks more uniform. It's not as tight, and I am making a top, so I want it to be more forgiving when I wear it. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being with me tonight. I know it's kind of late. Oh, I was going to get something to drink and I didn't. I didn't. See, I need Summer. I need Summer to tell me to drink. All right, there we go. Thank you, Dee Dee. I appreciate it. Yes, it is. It's pretty when it gets done. This is why I'm saying when you work with like a variegated yarn, it shows up more intricate and you can actually see more of the detail when you're doing the star stitch on this one. And like I'm saying, I'm working with a 4.5. If you work with a thicker 4-weight and you're using a 5.5 millimeter hook, it to me, it shows up better. And of course, your star stitch is going to be bigger too. All right, so there's my hole. That's where I'm going to go in and pick up my stitch. So now how I do it is, because I'm used to doing it, I will count. I already have one stitch on my hook. So I'm going to count to 5. And that's how I usually will go through it pretty quickly. So I know I'm going to pick up here. I'm going to go 1. Oops. Go in there again. Oh, let's see. It's hard for me to do this on camera. There we go. There's 1. And then at the base, and there's Ellie Belly. There's 2. And then at the bottom, there's 3. Pick up stitches, and there's 4 and 5. So I picked up 5 stitches, but I have 6 on my hook, and I'm going to pull through all 6, chain 1. There's 1 and 2, and have to feel where the base is. Where's the base? Right there. There's 3, 4, and 5. Pull through, chain, oops, dang it. Oh, this yarn wants to split. But this is the half of the star stitch. And then once I get through to the other end, you guys will get to see what it looks like coming back through if you're not familiar with it. But see how that yarn is? It wants to split, that's why. I have never worked with this one before, and I'm finding out it's not as forgiving. So I have to be more loose. If I'm more loose, it makes it a lot easier. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. If I make it loose, it makes it a lot easier to work with, and it's not as fiddly. But like I said, I haven't worked with this yarn before. Okay. And again, these are the silicone hooks. I do have a video. For those of you who didn't get to hear me earlier, I do have a video of these hooks that are available to purchase through me before they go into my Etsy shop, because once they go in my Etsy shop, the price is going to be higher. So it will be quicker if you get it through me, and it'll also be cheaper if you get it through me. So, all right, there's 1. And oh, there we go. Where did it go? Where's the stitch? Hard to do it through the camera. All right, is that the one to go to? There's 2. Got this one. Come here, you. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And pull it through, chain 1. There we go. That was a little bit easier. Oh, let me show you what I got over here. Hi, Summer. Kittens had me distracted. One decided she's terrified. Or the big cats all of a sudden on day 3 of freedom from the kennel. Let's see. All right, here we got Ellie. Let's see if I can pan over here. She's been pawing at me. She just showed up. She showed up when Summer showed up. I mentioned you earlier, Summer, because I had to get my water. Oh, my stomach's making noises. So since you just came on, Summer, I am doing a different stitch on this top than I did on this one, because the way this pattern is going to be, it's going to be very forgiving. So you can make any stitch on this part of the panel. So here's the moss stitch. And then I decided I'm going to do the star stitch on this one. And I may change colors at some point up at the top. And I am working with a 4.5 millimeter hook with a, like I said, this is supposed to be a 4 weight, but it feels more like a thicker 3. And then the hook I am using is the paw hook. All right. So we're doing the star stitch. And if you go back and watch the replay, I go in detail on how I'm doing this, but I count when I do my star stitches because I know I have to do 5 pulls. So you pull from the chain 1 you created, you pull from the bottom of the half stitch, and then you pull from the actual beginning of where the stitch is. So you've got 1, 2, 3 pulls, and then 2 more stitches. So I pull 5 times. So when I'm doing this one, I count. So I know I'm going to go 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. And then I have 6 loops on my hook. I'm going to pull through all 6, chain 1, and that's the bottom of my star stitch. Again, let's see, there's 1, and then the side 2, and then the bottom, there's 3, and then the next 2 stitches I'm going to pick up, which is going to be 4 and 5. Pull through all 6 and chain 1. And that is the base of your star stitch. Now when we come back through on the other side, when you're going to see how pretty that stitch is going to be. But this is great to practice with. If you guys want to practice with me while I'm doing this, just make yourself a swatch. I'd say chain about, because it's in sets of 3. Let's see, chain, I would say chain about, so you could do about 21, I would guess. I'm trying to think. I'd have to do a swatch to try to figure this one out. Because if you don't get it right, that's fine. I mean, if you're just going to be practicing, it's no big deal. You can always pull it out. And I would do a chain. I would turn and go in the 3rd chain from the hook. I would do half double crochets all the way across, and then chain 2, and then that's where you would pick up doing your star stitch. And then we could practice together. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. This was not what I intended to do tonight, but it's working out. We had a discussion about it earlier. Apparently they are called sprites. I thought they were spiders, but there was someone that came in earlier. Let me go back and look real quick. Someone had come in earlier, and okay, Tazror, Tazror, the elder, said that they are called soot sprites, SOOT sprites, from, they said, I don't know if it's a he or she, from Like Studio, is that Ghibli Animations, but soot sprites. I thought they were spiders, and we all thought they were spiders, but yes, they're called soot sprites. Let's see if it'll focus in. And they're just, they're obviously not spiders, because, why won't that focus? It's focusing on something, but not what it's supposed to. But apparently, they don't have legs or anything, and they're fuzzy. But yes, I thought they were Halloween nails. It's a movie? I didn't know there was a movie. I'm going to have to go to see if I can find it. See, I'm wearing something I didn't even know what it was. I had to be told. Okay, so now I'm going to have to Google that. All right. So you go in the hole from the chain 1. You go in the side of the stitch and pull up 1. You go into the hole of the base of the stitch and pull up 1, and then, oops, dropped it. And then you go in and pull up 1 from each of the next 2 stitches. So you've got a total of 6 loops on your hook. You pulled up 5 times. You're going to pull through all 6, chain 1. Spirited Away. It's one of their movies. I gotta go look now. I'm so excited. Thank you. So yeah, the base of the star stitch. So I think this is going to be pretty. I think this is going to work out really well. Like I said, with this stitch, because you have to do so many pickups, it takes more time to do the stitch. I can do the other stitches a lot quicker. This one takes a little bit more time, but when it's done, it's going to be really pretty. I should have used a different color for contrast, because my blanket that I have on my legs is, because it's kind of chilly tonight. It doesn't, it kind of, there's no contrast. I should have done a different one for when I'm doing the live. Totoro is the first one they were in. Okay. My Neighbor Totoro. Well, after I leave, when I get off from you guys tonight, I'm going to be really excited and go check everything out. All right. It's not wanting to work with me. Here we go. Let's go in the hole. There's 1, 2. Where's the base? The base. 2. I get confused sometimes. I have to feel. 3. Where are you? 4 and 5. Oops. So you're really working in the stitch you just went into. You're working in the original stitch and then working in 2 more over. All the films were made are good. Okay, well, thank you, Summer. I appreciate that. I'm going to have to go check them all out now. I'd never heard of it. I don't think it was anything that my daughter was ever into. Are they children's movies? 3. Oops, where are you at? 4, 5. You guys would probably be able to go through this a lot quicker than me, because like I said, I have to feel my way through the stitches rather than, and try not to pick up any animal hairs. Oh, my daughter sent me a message. Let's see what she says. We'll be back in December. I'm glad you still have money on your card. Oh, she said, I love you too. I'll probably call you sometime Sunday when I'm not, what? I'm drinking. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. I looked up 7-Ups on your fingers. It's interesting. Oh, my daughter's calling them 7-Ups? No, wait a minute. Oh, this is from Brian. Brian said that, let's see, apparently his phone is bad. He needs a new phone. I looked up these 7-Ups on your fingers. It's interesting. He's going to bed. Okay, so he left us. I'm trying to get back. Go back. There we go. Okay. So he was calling them 7-Ups. It's all ages. Well, Let's see. Won't be a beautiful project without furry baby hairs. And it's funny because my Chihuahua sheds more, and I find more of his hair than I do the cat hairs. And his are like, they're rough. His hairs that he sheds are rough. All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he called them 7-Ups because they're sprites. He was trying to be funny. Get it now. 7-Ups, sprites. That's funny. So I've got a ways to go before I can show you guys the second part of the stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you're not familiar with the star stitch and you would like for me to show it to you again on exactly how I'm doing it, let me know and I will slow down and I will explain it once again. Classic mackerel. She sheds like crazy. Did you say a classic mackerel? I don't think I've ever heard of a mackerel. Of course, now if I saw a picture of that, I probably wouldn't know what it looks like. 3, 4, and 5. One, 2, 3, 4. I'm keeping up with it by the way the stitches feel in my hands. Tabby, okay. So you're talking about your cat. Midnight, if you guys have seen Midnight before, Midnight's my black cat. He sheds quite a bit. Ellie doesn't really shed that much. I guess maybe because she stays inside. But I noticed that Copper, he's strictly an inside cat, and he sheds quite a bit. But I try to keep him brushed as much as I can. 3, 4, 5. But I will tell you this. I want a female. I want a female Chihuahua. I want a mini long-haired female Chihuahua. I like belly rubbing, and it's kind of difficult because Chihuahuas are so small. Ramsey's a boy, and I can't do I can do a chest rub on him, but I can't do a belly rub on him, and it makes me sad because I like I like doing the belly rubbing. Oh, where'd you go? Come on now. I'm feeling it, but I can't find it. There we go. Stupid hole. There it is. 1, 2. There we go. 3, 4, and 5. Has a lot of tiny stripes that look like mackerel scales. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to go check it out. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what are y'all's favorite stitches? What do you like to do? What do you like to work with? Like I said, I have my 3 favorites, and this is one of them because I like the way it looks. So, oh, and also the front post, back post. That's another one of my favorites that I like to work with. Because when I make my sweaters, I'll do that. This is the front post, back post. I like the way it feels. I like the texture. I like that it's stretchy. Your cat Belly Belly. That's what we call Ellie. We call her Ellie Belly. Belly Belly. That's what we say when we call her. Belly Belly. So that's what you say to your cat Molly? Oh, 8 months. Ours is, let's see, Matson got Ellie when she's the one that named her. When she picked her out and named her, she was 3 months old when we got her. She was already fixed, and we got her from a shelter where they were doing it, shelter adoptions at our local Petco. And she pawed at her outside the little cage that she was in, and Matson said, "Mommy, I want that one." She was 5. So Ellie is almost 14 years old. All of our animals are, let's see, Ramsey is no, Copper's the youngest, and Copper is 5. Copper is 5. Ramsey is 6. Yeah. I don't know stitches. Never crocheted enough to learn much, but I think the one I was taught by my aunt when I was 4 or 5-ish was the double crochet. Okay. There's so many different textures that you can do. I'm almost done, so you guys will be able to see what the star stitch looks when you do it on the other side. This is only half of it. I enjoy this one. I guess I could say if half double crochet is my favorite go-to for a quick whip. Let's see where the hole is. 3 and 4. And I have been crocheting for 48 years. Ooh. Boy, when I say that, it sounds weird. It doesn't seem real. I've been cross-stitching for 48 years as well. I've been cross-stitching for 49, almost 50 years. Wow. That just doesn't sound right. Jasmine stitch. Elizabeth stitch is your favorite. I am not familiar with that one or the jasmine stitch. I'm going to have to go check them out now. I made a sweater doing the Jacob's ladder. I have it hanging up in my closet, actually, and I really enjoyed doing that one. That one was fun. I like learning new stitches and then putting them into projects. I haven't tried, there's one called the something wheel that I want to try, but I haven't done that yet. I actually have a book called the Crochet Bible. If you guys would like, I can go get it and we can look at some of the stitches together. I really like working with that one. And sometimes I'll go through and I would like to try some of them. Maybe little swatches, and that's what I started doing, was making swatches of different stitch patterns. And I didn't know I would, I didn't know if I speak well enough to teach them. That's why you don't see on my channel many tutorials, because I guess I'm self-conscious. I don't know if I speak or explain well enough in order to do tutorials when it comes to stitching. Okay, I've got 2 more stitches to do, and because I only have 2 more stitches to do, I'm going to do 2 half double crochets right here on the end. Oh, there's the glitter over here, just to complete My oldest 11, youngest cats are 14. 14 weeks. Oh, took them from the dumped colony. Oh, but the two little girls spay finally. But there was visitors that aren't yet fixed. Yeah, I'm so glad that Boo Boo Kitty was the only one that wasn't fixed, and the only time that the 3 pregnancies she had were because she snuck out of the house. And that's where copper came from. So I'm doing a half double crochet here on the end. Actually, I'm going to do 2 because I need to pick that other stitch up so that it'll be flush. Come here, you. Go in the top of that chain 2 stitch, and then we need to go through and do the second part of the star stitch. Now, some tutorials I'm going to chain 2. Some tutorials will show you when you do the star stitch on the back side to do single crochets, but I prefer the look of the half double crochet one. Let me pull something down on my phone real quick. Okay. So I chain 2. I'm going to do a half double crochet in that half double crochet stitch that I did on the other side. So I've got my chain 2 and my half double crochet, which is going to represent the 2 half double crochets that are not part of my star stitch, but are on both ends. Now, when you do this side, you're going to look for the hole, which is going to be hard for me to do since I can't see. Oh, where is it? I have to feel for it, I guess. Where are you? So what we're doing essentially is we're going to work in this space right here on the other side. We're going to do 2 half double crochets in each one of those all the way across on the back side. I had neighbors that refused to work with on getting the cat spayed when they were gifted to them by a nutty family member. They let them breed a ton and then left them with that is so sad. They just abandoned them. I don't understand that. It's like those videos you see where animals are just left on the side of the road or thrown in ditches. It's just, I just want to choke those people. All right, I think I can feel, oh shoot, I could see it on the other side. Oh, there it is, right there. There's my hole. Can you see it right there? That's what we're going to be working in. Okay, so we're going to do 2 half double crochets in the middle of that, what looks like a wheel. So I guess I have to feel. There it is. Is that, where are you at? There you are. And then I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. And that's how you complete. That's how you complete the star stitch. So see how this looks? It goes around like a circle. That's why I say it looks better whenever you do when you're using like a variegated yarn. And then with me, it's hard for me to tell like where the holes are on the other side. Let me put my hook through there and see if I can. I have to feel with the way my eyes are. I have to feel. Because I don't want to go like in each one of these because that's not where it is. It's the hole where the stitch is, like right there. And where are you? I can feel that one. A half double, chain 1, skip 1, multiples of 2. Oh, I've done that before. I didn't know there was a name for it. Answer to the other neighbors that feeds but won't even help me. And it's not cheap. Well, we luckily have a company or place here called the Dixie Day Spay, and it's 35. No. If you have, oh, I want to say it used to be 35 and 45, but they've gone up. It's 55 for cats and 65 for dogs. I was doing it before I frogged it. What I was doing was the moss stitch. I was going to do the moss stitch, which is the single chain one, and then working in between on the opposite row, in between the chain one stitches. That's what I was going to do which is what I'm doing here, is the moss stitch. Yeah. And that's what I was going to do on here, and then I decided not to do it and do the... But now I'm second guessing myself on doing the... Don't have any locals locally anymore. The one and only works under the vet groups now. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, let's find the next one. Where are you? Maybe if I do this, that might help me. I may have to, because of my vision, I may have to... All right, Denise said she's going to be right back. I may have to... Oh, shoot. Where are you? There's one. Oh, my goodness. But yes, I like the half double crochet. This doesn't show the star. The other side will show the star. And again, I'm working with a 4.5 millimeter hook. I'm working with my design hook, which these are silicone. It's very soft and very comfortable on the hands. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I am working a star stitch, and I'm making, this is going to be the front panel of a top. I probably will do, the back side will probably be more plain. I think I'm going to do the star stitch for the front of the top, and then I will do just something basic for the back. Ooh, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Trying to get my watch hours up, so I will be doing more of the midnight makes. I am on Eastern Standard Time, so I'll be coming on anywhere from 11:30 to midnight. I'm going to try to do 2-3 nights a week. This way, I will be more prone to be finishing projects, because you guys will be holding me accountable when I do them. Excuse me. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Like I said, it's easier to see when you're working with a variegated yarn or an ombre yarn, because to me, what I see is everything looks so jumbled. But I promise you, it will look really pretty on the other side when I get there. All right, where are you? I'm feeling it. I think the big boys were earlier and ran over her, and she was slightly traumatized. Oh, bless her heart. All right, where are you? There you are. I can kind of feel the hole. I guess we'll see what it's going to look like when I get to the other side, if I'm going in the right spot. Because if I'm not going in the right spot, it's definitely going to show up wrong on the other side. So I guess we'll have to go see when we're done. I'm close. And my star stitch will be wonky. Where are you? Come on. Is that you? No, wait. There you are. I'm talking to my project. I know. It's funny. Do you guys watch Halloween movies in the month of October? I try to watch some of the older classics. I say the older classics. I'm talking like from the 70s and the 80s. I pulled out, I have some old videos, or rather I have DVDs that I burnt from, I have a VHS DVD burner. And so on my VHS, I switched over to DVDs. I haven't done them all. I've done some of them, but I like to watch scary movies the month of October. I like to, or any not necessarily, even the kid ones. I love the kid ones. So I pulled out and I'm watching Return of the Living Dead. There's 4 of them. The first one, I watched it last night and I forgot how stupid it was, but it brings back a lot of memories from the 80s, because it was the way that I dressed. It was the way that I talked. It was the way that my friends were. And it's gory, but it's comical as well. Well, that's cool. I was trying to think. Matson named Ellie Belly, or Ellie. Matson named Ellie, and she didn't name Copper. Copper came with that name because he was a return kitty that was named. Somebody got it. That's a long story. But somebody got him, and then a month later didn't want him anymore, and so I took him back. And so he just kept that name. I named Midnight. His name is Midnight Blue, and I named Boo Boo Kitty because of her eyes. But Matson calls her Beanie Boo because of the Beanie Boo babies that you see, because of her eyes, because her eyes are so big. So Matson calls her Beanie Boo, but I call her Boo Boo Kitty because that's her name. She's Boo Boo Kitty. She the mama. She was the mama. She made beautiful babies, and she was such a good mama. And she's actually, I want to say she's the same size as Ramsey, or maybe, I can't remember if she's smaller than Ramsey or Ramsey's smaller than her. You're running out of names. I could see that. As many cats as you're having to take care of, you would run out of names. I guess you could always get online and maybe look up baby names, like for baby books. From baby books, they have, like books of baby names. But that's cool that you had somebody else help you with the names. That's cool. But no, Matson named, let's see, I did Boo Boo Kitty. Okay. She named Ramsey. She actually named Ramsey because we like to watch Master Chef and Hell's Kitchen. Ramsey is named after Gordon Ramsay, the chef. Yep, that's where his name came from. All right, where's the hole? Is that it? No, there's that one. Come on, where are you? Is that it? Oh. Okay, there's that one. Oh, it's right there. There it is, right there. Okay, so it's below each one of these dips. Now that I'm at the end, I just figured that out. That's funny. Petunia's brothers are Little Man, Little Dude, Rue. Oh, I like that one. Rue. Oh, I said it was right below, didn't I? There it is. Oh, is that it? Oh, come on. Help me now. Here. Where are you? There you are. I guess we're going to see what this is going to look like on the other side. I'm a little nervous. Like I said, because this color is so mute, it's hard for me to tell where my hole is to stitch in. about to see what it looks like on the other side. That's going to be the true test to see if I did this correctly. Because like I said, with the vision issues, it's kind of hard. I think this is the last one. Fudge around to line them up. Back up. If you could, yes, thank you. Yes, and like I said, this is not written in stone. This is just something I just, oh, good Lord. Look at all that kitty glitter. Ugh. All right. So I did that in the last stitch. I'm going to do 2 half double crochets right here on the end to finish off this row. I'm going to chain 2 and let's go see what it looks like. Dun, 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 the reveal. Yay! That is the star stitch, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let's see how far I got, if I got them all right. So far, so good. Yay! No mess ups. How in the heck did I do that? I have no idea, but I did it. Wow. All right, so now I'm going to do 2 rows. Woohoo! Yes, I know, right? So now I'm going to do 2 rows of half double crochet. And the reason why I'm going to do 2 rows of half double crochet is because this is the side that the star stitch is going to be on. So I'm going to do, ooh, oh, that's cute. I can't tell what that is. Oh, Denise is back. Yay. D, is that a little octopus? I can't, my eyes won't let me see what that is. I see, is that like a big grin? Is that what the white part is? I can't tell. You'll have to tell me what that symbol is. That's really cute. I wonder if I touch it, if it'll tell me. Nope, it won't tell me. Okay. All right, so again, okay, so let me go back. Sorry. Pull me back in here. So now I'm going to do 2 half double crochets with a grin. Okay, thank you. A little octopus with a grin. That's cute. What I could see of it, it's cute. So because the star stitch is facing this side, because see, this is what it looks like on the other side. You can't tell it's a star stitch really on this side. I can either do another star stitch here and do them back to back to back, but it is very time consuming and it squinches it all together. I want it to look, I want spaces in between. So I'm going to do a row of single half double crochets across this way. Then I'm going to come back and do half double crochets back the other way, so that when I start back on this side, it'll be the beginning row of another row of star stitches. Does that make sense? Plus it'll make it go a little bit faster as well. Oh, I need to drink. But if you guys are interested in me pulling out my crochet Bible, that's exactly what it's called. It's called the Crochet Bible. And it's hardback, but it's on a spiral binder, which is really nice. So you can flip it completely over and out. It shows you how to do the stitch with words, which is the way I was taught to read crochet stitches. And that's easier for me. But it also shows on the side of the stitch, it shows you the little graph. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where there's little symbols for each stitch. I have not learned how to read those yet. It gets confusing to me, like when I see a graph of, say, a granny square and it shows the little symbols for each stitch. I'm not familiar with the symbols. I would rather read it. You would like to see it? Okay, I may do that. We're an hour and 24 minutes in, so I won't do it tonight, but I will pull it out and maybe we could go through it together and try some new stitches. I think that would be fun. We could do like a stitch night. So do you like the symbols? I haven't mastered those yet. I'm still better at reading CH2, comma DC1. That's me. That's how I've been doing it for 48 years. Pinterest. Okay. I may try that. I think I need to practice more. I want to say the crochet crowd. I already did my chain 2. Yes. I want to say the crochet crowd. Mikey goes through that and he teaches how to read the symbols. I think I need to go through and open up my mind and do more searching on YouTube and see if I can master that. You like the words too? Yeah, that's me. I'm better at that. If it's written correctly. I have bought patterns before that I've had to tweak because the way they were written was either confusing or not correct. That's why there are pattern testers. And I think that's why I've never really written a pattern. I write down what I do in case I want to do it again. But I've never written a crochet pattern and sold it. I have done that with cross stitch patterns, but I have people do testing on my cross stitch patterns. I have not created a cross stitch pattern in a really long time because of the vision thing that I had going on or have going on. But yeah, I'm on disability because of my eyes now. If you guys watched that video, I had said it wasn't supposed to be this way, but it's okay. I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm content. I have you guys. I have 2 wonderful sisters. I have, believe it or not, I have, I think I have the support of one, maybe both of my ex-husbands, which is really funny to say out loud. But one of them was in the chat room for a while there. I know that sounds weird, but I don't hate. I don't believe in hate. I don't believe people should hate. I think you can not like something. I think you can be angry about something. I think you can. You've had cataracts, but you're afraid of surgery because I don't like my hospital. I'm sorry to hear that, Dee. I had cataract surgery in both of my eyes, and it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It didn't take any time at all. And the reason why, well, I had cataracts, and the reason why they went ahead and did the cataract surgery in both of my eyes, they did them 2 weeks apart. They don't do them at the same time, or at least my doctors don't do them at the same time. They do one at a time. They did mine 2 weeks apart, and the vision in my right eye, of course I have no vision in my right eye, but they went ahead and did the cataract surgery in both of them because when I had my vitrectomy, a vitrectomy can cause cataracts, so it's better to go ahead and get the cataract surgery first. Now, once you have cataract surgery, your cataracts do not come back. Some people will say, oh, my cataracts came back. No, they don't. It's scientifically proven your cataracts do not come back. What they do is they put in a new lens, and sometimes within a year, it can seem like you have cataracts again, but what it is it's scar tissue from the cataract surgery, and they can go in after up to a year, and it's part of your cataract surgery. They can go in and laser it. You don't feel it. They don't numb you or anything. I had that done on my left eye, which is the one that I can see out of. And And yeah, don't be afraid. I don't know about your hospital, but don't be afraid of the cataract surgery. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Um, Recovery time is very minimal. Now, a vitrectomy is very invasive. A vitrectomy can take 6 weeks to 3 months to recover from. And that is what I had after my cataract surgery. I had a vitrectomy in my left eye. I had 2 vitrectomies in my right eye because we were trying to get the vision back. Now, if you go back and look at one of my videos I did explaining how excited I was because I could see out of my right eye for the first time in almost 3 years. I did have vision in it, but it only lasted for a month because I contracted a new condition. I also explained that in one of my videos that is very rare, and I have to give myself steroid drops in my right eye, and also steroid, it's a gel that I have to put in there. Because of the condition that I have, he said we were trying to save that eye so that they don't have to take it out. Like actually physically take it out of my face. So it's okay. I'm praying about it. And it's not irritated anymore. What it is, it's blood vessels that busted around my iris. I don't trust rudeness in people because it's the first instinct. I agree. So is that the way your hospital is? I didn't go to my local hospital. I'm like you. I don't trust my local hospital. I had mine done from people from Erlanger in Chattanooga. And I live in Cleveland. So I did not go to my Cleveland hospital. I had doctors that are in Chattanooga. And they have been absolutely wonderful. They were also very helpful in my disability case with Social Security. They gave them everything they needed. They were very supportive. They said, if there's anything we can do, please let us know. Yeah, I agree. Mine, I don't. Ours has changed names so many times. It was originally called Bradley Memorial. Then it was called Sky Ridge, which we called Dye Ridge. Then it was called Tenova, and now it is called the Bradley Medical Center because they don't know what they're doing, but they keep the same people, and other people keep buying them out. But yeah, I don't. That was where my daughter was born. The night nurses were very rude to me. I had to have a C-section, and at the time I weighed 315 pounds. And so for a woman at 315 pounds having a C-section, they had to lift up my stomach. Now, I don't weigh that now. I'm down 100 pounds. But they had several people had to lift my stomach as they stitched me together. So my C-section was underneath my heavy fold of my fat on my stomach. So yeah, they were. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. If you've got a bigger city that's outside, that you can do that if you ever get a chance to do it. Mine was covered underneath. Okay, I did the half double crochet on that row. Now I'm going to do the half double crochet on the back side. Thank you. Yes, I had to change the way that I eat. I wanted to live to see my daughter graduate high school. She is now in college, and I know I was headed in a really bad direction if I didn't do something. My diabetes is under control now. You're in New York. Are you around well, you're near any bigger cities that would have better hospitals? What I was saying was mine was covered underneath my medical. I did not have vision insurance and did not know that all these situations were covered under medical. Because of the diabetes, that's where I got the floaters, and then I had a retina detachment, and then the cataracts. But would you believe it also has to do with what we eat, what we put in our bodies? There's so many chemicals in everything that's out there. The United States has hundreds of, this is the back side of the stitch. Yeah, we have hundreds of man-made chemicals and things that we put in our processed foods that are illegal in other countries, which is really, really sad. But so many processed foods, they're killing us. We have so many autoimmune diseases that we can get rid of. We don't have to have them. We can prevent them. We can reverse them, which is amazing. There are so many doctors that I follow on here that actually put me in that position, that helped me get to where I'm at. You have one hospital here. It used to be the hospital with the heart. Well, they have since removed the heart from the logo and name and the way they treat people. 45 minutes away. There's a different one though. I hope that one's better. But Dee, if you decide that you do want to have it done, especially if you want to do it somewhere else, I don't know what I can do to help, but I'd be happy to help any way I can, to reassure you that if you can find, like I said, I got a good doctor. I did a lot of research on him to find out. Now, I will say a couple of the nurses were not very nice. But the ones that were, I told them, thank you. I said, I appreciate it. I said, and I've told them, the last lady that came in here was very rude to me, and I didn't appreciate how she talked down to me when I would ask questions, because, you go in there, you're scared. You're having this, people cut on your eyeball. You know what I mean? You need that reassurance. You need that niceness. You need somebody to say, hey, it's going to be okay. I bet if somebody stuck a knife in their eye, they would feel different. I know what you're saying, though. I understand. I completely understand. I let people know. That saying, my give a damn's busted? Yeah, mine's busted. I don't care anymore. Poorly maintained. I understand that. That work here. It sucks. They tell them all the BS. That's here, right? Writing your file. Oh, okay. Run into the. And now here's the thing. My life originally, back in the year 2001, we had 9/11 happened. A week later, I had a radical gastric bypass surgery. That was in September. In October, my father, who we were stationed in Washington, my father contracted stage 4 lung cancer. December 5th, he passed away. Luckily, we were stationed in Tacoma. We were at Fort Lewis in Washington. Right. I like the AZZ. You don't you don't get dinged for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was funny. Um, so he passed away, and it was really hard to see him struggle. He signed a DNR, so we lost him on December 5th. On New Year's Eve, I had an incident with another family member who wanted to take their life, and on New Year's Eve, and so we had them come and stay with us, and that made the difference with their lives. I'm not going to get into specifics, but and then in 2002, that's when that happened, and then a month later, we moved back to Tennessee, and the plan was, when I was married to my husband at the time, that we were going to. He was got accepted into the commercial diving, and the plan was we were going to come back to Tennessee because his family, his mom and dad were still alive. So we came back to Tennessee, and the plan was I was going to go to nursing school. So I was going to become a nurse, and that was where I was getting to the point. And then we were going to move back to Washington after I came out of nursing school because I was going to work at the St. Jude's Hospital up there because they had sign-on bonuses and it was really great. And the whole purpose of getting into nursing was because, and people become nurses because they want to help people, right? That's the whole purpose of becoming a nurse. So for people, nurses that are so rude and I don't know, it's very disconcerting for me because of me wanting to become a nurse back then, and that was got back into college in 2002 when we came back here. Then my marriage fell apart, and a whole lot of things happened, and I didn't finish school. I dropped out. I left, and I left with a 4.0, which really sucked. But I didn't get back into nursing school, and I ended up working for companies where I was online companies, and I loved it. All right, I'm going to go back and see what you guys are saying. They filled records with all sorts of accusations. Oh, summer, I had a friend that went through that. I get it. I get it. I understand. My mother had an aneurysm on her temporal lobe. She was given many medications for that. I wish I could have read what they put in her records as far as like the pain medication. Okay, see, so you guys can see the star stitch here. And then here's the 2 rows of half double crochets. Now I'm going to do another row of the star stitch, and then you'll get to see the pattern. Like I said, when you do this with, did I miss that one? No, I think I got it. That's the only one that I see that's off. I went too far down. Oh. Yep, I went too far down on that one. Okay, not bad though. But yeah, so you were able to see your records that and what they put in there. I had a friend who had issues with her pain management, and they accused her of all kinds of stuff. And I know her personally. She's since passed. Most of my friends have passed, which really sucks. He wanted to help. So they found it with the MRI. I recently finally had to have one done on my back, and that's when they found all the issues that I had going on with my back. And then with the whole medication thing, they're getting so they're getting so, I don't know how to word it. I think you know what I'm talking about when it comes to pain medication. As a matter of fact, it's time for mine. Because if I don't get it, my leg's going to really kill me all night long. Because I have degenerative arthritis in the lower part of my back. I have sciatica, and I also have I can't think of the name of it, but it's where your spine. Say, for instance, your spine is like this. Mine is overlapping like this, which it exposes the nerve, which causes the pain in my right leg all the way down. Okay, I'll have to go check that out, Summer. I did not see what mine looks like. I just have, it's called My Chart. I have My Chart, and it's where you can go in and you can look at your diagnosis and what they found in layman's terms and in medical terms. And so that's how I found out. That's how I found out what was going on with mine, because I've been having issues with my leg for 9 years. And I finally had an insurance where we could see what was going on. All right, so I'm going to do the first star stitch is always the most difficult for me. You only have 5 loops when you do it this way. So you're going to go in that top stitch. Where's the bottom? Oh, there it is. Here I am going to have 6. Okay, never mind. Top stitch, side stitch, bottom stitch, and the next 2. So where are you at? I got to feel. 1, 2, pull through all 6, chain 1. And now we're starting a new row of star stitches. I have a right to request a copy of the images on a disc or flash drive. Thank you. I did not know that. I was not aware. I do have, when I broke my left foot, I did get a disc and images of that. But yeah, I'll have to see if I can get that. My husband had surgery yesterday. So oh my goodness. Yes, go. I understand. Go. Bless her heart. Well, I appreciate her taking the time to come and be in the chat tonight with her husband being. I also must give you a full copy of your records if you request it. I had to go through that when, yes, I had to do that with my eye surgeries. I had that done with my vitrectomy. I do have the images and I have all the records from that. I had to have that because I needed to present my case to the Social Security when I filed for my disability on my vision issue. They thought that I was trying to get on disability because of my leg issue and not being able to work because of my leg. Because if I stand for too long, more than 10 minutes, it starts to go, oops, no. It starts to go numb, and then I have the sharp pain from where my nerve is exposed. And I thought it's going to be harder to get on disability for that, but it would be easier for me to get on the disability through my vision. And so I do have copies of all that for my vision. But I don't have it on my leg. I guess I need to get that. That would be nice to have. When we were in the military, when my first husband and I were, when he was in the military, I had to request all of my records from them. Where is that hole? There it is. Is that it? I think that's it. I do have all of those. I have all my medical records from when I had my when I was diagnosed with diabetes and I got my gastric bypass. And okay, we'll go here. There's one. Where are you at? There we are. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oops, where are you at? There it is. Come on. All right, so you can see it. Like I said, with the variegated, it's prettier, I think, doing this star stitch. So I did 2 rows of half double crochets. I did my star stitch. Then I did 2 rows of half double crochets, and now I'm doing the first half of my star stitch, and then I'm going to come back. I think that's going to look nice. It looks very intricate, and it's not really. It's very simple. And then, of course, the ribbing, like I said, this is front post, back post on the ribbing. So I'm working from the bottom up for this particular sweater. And this yarn is really soft. That's why I liked Big Twist. Big Twist was soft. And I will tell you, when Big Twist first came out, it was super cheap. I mean, Joann's, sometimes they would have sales where you could get it for like $1.95. And where's my hole? I stocked up, and then it started going up and up and up. And eventually, I think Big Twist ended up being like anywhere from $3.50 to $4.50 a skein. But I stocked up when it was super cheap. I think it's when they were first starting out and seeing how, maybe why they went bankrupt. But yeah, so that's how I got a lot of it. So this feels like that. That's why I like the Big Twist when it first came out. The Value Big Twist. It was very soft. ADHD meds, but I have issues with my heart rate. Oh, now, so it's questionable thing to try. I understand. I was worried because of my diabetes. I have retinopathy. And the 4 main things that you have to be careful when you're diabetic is neuropathy, which is nerve damage, retinopathy, which is where the detachment of your retina in your eye, kidney disease, and fatty liver disease, but kidney disease, and heart disease. And those are the main killers in people who have diabetes. So I was diagnosed in 2000. And then I got pregnant with my daughter I had a miscarriage of twins in 2006. And then I got pregnant with my daughter 3 months later rather. So she's my rainbow baby, and had her in 2007. So when I decided, I don't know where I'm going with this. Ooh, copper. There's copper. Told you they'd come in one at a time. So all we're missing is Boo Boo Kitty. She may be on the bed somewhere, but I don't see her. I just see Midnight kind of blending in back there. And then we have Copper. And then, of course, we have Ellie's moved on. She was right here. She's over there now. She's blending in. He's got to come in. He's got to get some attention. Are you coming to give me some kitty glitter? Yeah. All right, come on. There we go. Don't know how to sew if I don't try it. I can get that. I can cut. Oh, small as I want. Oh, it said it went away and then it came back. See, oh yeah, he's got to get up all in me. Touch lighter. Then he looks on camera. Huh? Yeah, he's they call him his color buff. That's what the vet said. His color is buff. And he is such a sweetheart, but he's also very skittish. And he's big. If I didn't know his mama, who's Boo Boo Kitty, who's really, really tiny. Oh, what you doing rubbing your nose on my hand? You rubbing your nose on me? You smelling me? Okay. Can y'all hear him? I don't know if you can hear him. He doesn't purr very loud, but I have to keep him brushed because he coughs up more fur balls than any of them. And he's strictly inside, too. What you doing? Oh, my. Okay. He wants to get all up on my business right now. All right, honey, I'm going to have to put this on hold and move it. Well, come here. It's wrapped around you. You're going to get up all in my business? Yes, you get up all in my business. You say hi? Are you wrinkling your nose? Yeah. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can get him up. So here he is. There we go. Are you going to stay there or are you going to move? The better they are fed as babies, the bigger they will get. And despite small parents, really, yeah, he's big. He's bigger than all of them. And I would say he may have a little Maine Coon in him, but he doesn't have that Maine Coon face. Ooh. That is a very close up. All right, honey. Yeah. Are you happy? See, yeah, I'm happy. He will let me rub his belly. Well, Ellie will too. Those are the only two that, well, I guess Boo Boo Kitty does too, but not for very long. But Midnight, oh, Lord, no. You rub Midnight's belly, and he is going to kick you hard with them hind legs. Can you hear him? He's purring really low. Are you happy? Are you happy, baby? Yeah. Are you a happy baby? And scratch you right here. Of course, they love it when you scratch them in places that they can't reach. All right, honey. You're going to have to rig it down. No. Oh, okay. We're going to get in my face. There we go. All right. I guess I'm done for the night, guys. It's been 2 hours. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. I appreciate it. And those of you who are watching on the replay, please let me know in the comments that you're watching on the replay. Copper has decided it's time for me to stop for the night. I got to go to the bathroom anyway. And thank you, Denise, Dee, Summer, everybody that came in, Brian, Barbara. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And I may come back on tomorrow night, so be looking for me. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Peace out.